Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a fantastic vlog. So, unfortunately you've only got me to deal with today. Kirioth is not available because he's got some technical problems. And in fact, I think, I can actually, I can replicate his technical problems. So, he's got a problem with his PSU, so his power supply. The fan, or the bearings, or something has gone bad with the fan itself. And it makes this noise. Get ready. So when he's trying to talk, you've got this constantly in the background. And no matter of post audio editing or anything like that is going to remove that noise. Bad time. So unfortunately, we can't bring him in for this vlog, but it's getting sorted and it'll most likely be fixed for tomorrow, I believe. Anyway, so vlog time. I must admit, I do like doing vlogs because it gives me a chance just to sit down and talk to everybody and say, look, this is what we're doing. And keep people updated as to what's going on with Unit Lost. It's easier to do it this way, I think, than putting posts on the forums and things like that. Which, by the way, you should subscribe to our forums, unitlost.com/forum. The link is in the description. It's starting to grow, and I'd like to see it grow more. I'd like to see us have like a multi-gaming community on the go, because you can definitely see it's starting to grow now. I look at TeamSpeak, the details for our TeamSpeak server, unitlost.com/TeamSpeak. You get like around about 40 to 50 people on the server almost every night, and that's great. That's like, whoa, that's starting to grow. Love it. Anyway, let's talk about what we've been doing. So I think the major change has been the green screens. So at quite the expense. In fact, I'll tell you what, let me tell you the story of where the green screens came from. So every now and again, every few weeks, we look back at what we've done with Unit Lost and we say to ourselves, how can we make this better? What can we do to make what we're doing even better than it is? Because I really hate being mediocre. I want to try and do the best, the absolute best in every single department, like video production, visuals, sound, everything. I really like it to be the best. So how could we make Is It Pure better? Well, Is It Pure was kind of okay in its older state. Well, kind of okay how it is. It's a first impressions and review show in one, so it's adaptable. So it's not stuck in it's not a review only show, because that has problems. I think the last full review we actually did with Is It Pure was I did Endless Space, or I made an Endless Space review. Now I played Endless Space completely, like I must have played it for like 15, 16 hours, like a full, it was only a small map that I was playing on, but I think it was around about 15 hours gameplay I had out of the game before I actually put the Is It Pure together. So that was a detailed review, and that's great. You can often tell it's going to be detailed. For a start, it would say in the title, so it would be Is It Pure Endless Space Review or whatever. But you'll notice the transition. Like, we've actually got a transition for Is It Pure, which kind of looks like the blue lines on the thumbnail, and that'll come across the screen to separate it. The other way of doing Is It Pure is first impressions. Now, this is when we take a game. There's that many games out there. It's completely impossible for us to do full reviews on every single game, given the amount of content that we actually put out. So sometimes first impressions are the way to go, especially for indie games and things that are not really that detailed. You can't really do massive detailed reviews on them, so it kind of fits that. But I'm sitting there with my I've got like a big whiteboard, and I brainstorm ideas all over it. So we've got Is It Pure, and it's like, how can we make this better? And we're coming up with loads of crazy ideas. It's like, well, why don't we do this, do that? Is this going to be feasible? That's going to take too much time? Blah blah blah. Do we have the equipment to do this, and all the rest of it? And then we thought, you know what? Why don't we put our faces on this, like a reaction? Well, almost like a reaction cam, but you can look at the person as they are playing the game, and that adds like an extra human element into the whole Is It Pure formula. It's like, now you can see that if you're looking at my face and I've done something, and you can see like a look of disgust on my face, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? You know that I'm going to be like, what is going on? And also, I do like the human element on videos, because I feel people connect more with videos when they see the people who have actually produced the video. Now, there are times when plastering your face over every video isn't exactly ideal. Is It Pure, as far as I'm concerned, going into the future, will have both faces, or at least one face. It depends what's going on at the time. Sometimes we're busy, like the last Is It Pure the KGB game Kirioth did, I was actually busy producing other stuff. So, you know, we shift things around and it's fine, and that's great. But there will always be a face on that. Game show, now this is ideal as well for the green screen action. Game show is, it's like the natural evolution of a show we used to do ages ago called Weekly Gaming News, where we just used to talk about the weekly gaming news. It was like an hour and a half long. It used to be massive, and it was just a podcast. It was just audio with bits of, well, I think it just used to have a static picture to begin with. Then it had like, you know, an hour of gameplay of like Bastion or whatever in the background while we did it. It was really long. It was quite good, but it was old. It's podcast style. This is YouTube. People want to watch what's going on. So progression from that, we end up with Game Show, which is the topical gaming discussion show we've got. So we take a topic and we discuss the topic, and we provide supporting visual evidence sort of thing for what we're talking about. So if we're talking about Darksiders, we're showing you about Darksiders, or we're playing Dark Souls, we're showing you Dark Souls, or whatever, any game, it doesn't matter. We're playing PlanetSide, we're showing you PlanetSide. Having the faces there makes the idea is to have me and Kirioth and then the viewer. So it's like, it's almost like they're taking part in our conversation, but we're talking to them. That's why we look at the webcams a lot. So it looks like we're looking at the people who are actually, you know, watching the show. And I think that works well. But obviously I'm going to say that because I've come up with a goddamn idea. It's like, yeah, this is great, I've come up with it, blah, blah, blah. But I do think Game Show is quite good. But I want to make Game Show better. I want to start getting people from other channels, people involved in, you know, the gaming industry on board, people from wherever, probably mainly other YouTube channels, but I think that would add like another element to it. People, I would imagine, would naturally draw comparisons to things like the TGS podcast and stuff like that. Where Game Show differs, it's actually based on a subject. It's not just a massive 2-hour ramble about everything gaming. It is like, okay, so we've got so-and-so from this channel, and we're going to talk about PC ports, and then we go into it, and it's a great production, around about, you know, 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's out there, high production values, and it looks good, and it looks good. So I think the green screen really works for that, and I'm quite happy with Game Show. I mean, if you've got any ideas, by all means, stick them in the comments and get in touch with me, because I do like reading, you know, what people think of shows and stuff like that. However, the green screen can be used too much. Now, the very first video I made with the green screen was a Counter-Strike Go video, where I am saying, okay, I was a bit harsh on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It really is quite a good game. I shouldn't have been this harsh on it. And that was the video, essentially. I was looking forward to the launch. But I used the green screen, and the green screen was totally pointless in that video. It's like, it would be almost like putting my face on the vlog. Like, you know, I haven't got my face here now, but what would that really add to the vlog? You're just listening to my voice. You don't really need to see my face. It's not like Game Show where you're looking at the actual hosts, or Is It Pure? Again, you're kind of looking at the host. You're looking for the reactions or whatever. There's going to be no reaction in a vlog. I'm just talking to you. You know, there's no point. Same for Counter-Strike Go, and I think with a bit of experience, that'll kind of get weeded out, that type of stuff. So yeah. And also live streaming, if you follow us on Twitch TV, so twitch.tv/Unit Lost, link is in the description. We do a lot of streaming. We've been streaming PlanetSide 2 a hell of a lot recently. You've probably seen the VODs on the channel. And actually, I'll go into the VODs. I only export certain videos to the channel. Now, out of all the live streams we've done, you know, we must have literally done like 70, 80, 90 maybe. We've done quite a few. Maybe not that much, I don't know, but it feels like a lot to me. I've only really pushed over maybe 2% of the videos we've actually made, because I don't want... That was the lid, by the way, on my red whiteboard marker, which I used to do this. But whatever. So, yeah, I'll push VODs to the channel, but only if I think they're worth pushing to the channel, if they're good enough quality, if they're, you know, something that you could actually watch, not just crap. So, yeah. Well, whatever. I'm losing my train of thought after I click the pen, and I've also got some tea, and it's going cold, so I better get this down me. Can't beat a bit of PG tips. Okay, so what else have we got? We have got Tech Lab. Now, this is brand new. I actually made an episode of Tech Lab. Well, I think it was February, the end of February. I think it was. It was for the SteelSeries Siberia headset. If you click on the show link from the latest Tech Lab, or in the side of the main channel, there's a link to the Tech Lab show, you'll be able to see the older one. And what I was doing at the time was I wanted to do hardware reviews, not maybe eventually branching out into proper benchmarking of CPUs and graphics cards and things like that. But for the moment, I just wanted to focus on, well, then and even now, I just wanted to focus on things like mice, keyboards, headsets, things like that. So the initial idea was, okay, I'll film myself and I'll talk about the headset. That's okay, and it isn't that bad. The problem is, if somebody wants a review on a product, why do they want to look at somebody's face? It's like, no, you want to look at the product. The product is key. Okay, put your face on maybe some parts of it, but not all the time. And I think from the older one, you know, when you look at this, there's been quite a few months in between the first one and the one that was produced yesterday. The differences are massive, because I really looked at the format, and this is what stopped me from producing another Tech Lab, you know, in the same format as the older one, because I really wanted, again, to develop that and make it better. Now, the main thing with this was, well, I guess the main development actually comes from the green screen in a roundabout way. I've now got professional studio lighting, so I can illuminate things. It doesn't matter what the hell the sun's like going outside in this room anyway, because I've got like World War II blackout blinds that I pull down so no light can get in, so I can keep the light nice and balanced. I've got these constant daylight lamps for photography, but they're dead good for, you know, obviously filming. This means I can take really good pictures using my camera. I can take really good quality pictures. I know I've got good quality lighting, so I can take really good pictures of products, can't I? And then I can put the products into Tech Lab, and then I can do all fancy things in Premiere Pro, the video editor I use, and whatever, and put together a nice clip. And if I'm honest with you, I am happy with how Tech Lab came out. I guess my major... I've got a few issues with the Tech Lab episode itself. The sound, the recorded sound, was a little bit strange. I think the microphone gain was turned up for some reason, which was slightly annoying, but it's not that bad. And it could maybe have been a little bit shorter, but the thing was, it was a mouse and a mouse mat, so it's kind of two reviews together. But we were supplied the mouse and the mouse mat, and, you know, essentially informed these are two products which are meant to work together, so it makes sense to test them together. We do have the Roccat Iscu keyboard, the Steel Series, I think it's the 7H. It's the Fanatic headset, the orange one. We've got the Roccat Cone and a Steel Series mouse, which I forget the name of. I think... no, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a lightweight Steel Series mouse. So we do have quite a bit of stuff which we can, you know, get on with and keep producing more Tech Lab content. But I am quite happy with Tech Lab, and I think it adds another dimension to our channel, because if you look at us, we do loads of stuff. We've got first impressions and reviews, we've got topical gaming discussions, we've got random gaming clips, you know, things that we see, things that's going on. We do competitions every now and again. We do, well, we live stream, which sometimes gets pushed to the channel, and now we've got hardware review shows. It's like it would be practically impossible to find a channel which actually gives you this level of content like we do. I mean, we really, you know, like I've said before, this is our full-time job, and we just put absolutely everything into it, and hopefully that shows. I mean, please tell me it shows. Without you guys, it wouldn't, yeah, obviously it wouldn't be possible, you know, so I can't really thank anybody, or thank you all enough, you know. Without the subscribers, without the viewers, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing. And we're growing as well, and I like that fact. We're getting bigger, and we're slowly getting bigger, and I can see that magical 10,000 subscriber number. And when we hit 10,000 subs, we'll have to do something crazy. But it's I don't know. It's mad. It's totally mad. Well, what else have we been doing? Okay, so cabbage comments we do every now and again. I like cabbage comments. Some people don't though. I think. There's one thing I've got to stress. We're not haters. We enjoy what we do. So sometimes cabbage comments can kind of come across as like, oh, look, these big... They think they're big internet hard men. They're just abusing people in the comments section. And that's not what we were trying to do. We were trying to have a laugh. Because it was one of these things like we'll sit in TeamSpeak and we might be working. Or we're on Skype in a call together. And we're coming up with ideas. Or we're talking about, you know, this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then it would be like, have you seen this comment on this video? Check this out. And it's like, oh my god, this guy must be an idiot, you know. So we thought, why don't we make a show of that? And I enjoy, I like making cabbage comments, although I don't really think it's worth making anymore. I'm going to guess that people will be in the comments like, no, cabbage comments. But I don't know. I'm not sure. It is funny on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like major asshole territory. The big man shouting the little man down, and I'm not down with that. So it's like, I don't know. Crazed. I changed the background of the YouTube channel. I've made it simpler, and I've added like easy to use navigation buttons at the top, like social buttons for Steam, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, and obviously a link to the game station. And then down the side of the channel, I highlighted our major shows, so Is It Pure Game Show and Tech Lab, and then just put a quick bit of information down next to each one, because I think anything I can do to make it easier for people to understand what the shows actually are, because Is It Pure is not exactly a name you'd think, well, what? You might be able to think, okay, so pure, if something's not pure, then it's got, you know, bad elements to it, but if it's pure, then it's a refined product. So you should be able to kind of work that out. Game show could be anything. A game show in itself is a competition on the telly, you know, like Deal or No Deal, that's a game show. But that's like a play on words, so it's a show about games, it's a game show. But you don't necessarily know that that's a topical gaming discussion show, so obviously I thought, you know what, I'll stick that on the side. And Tech Lab, which is obviously named after the Barracks add-on for StarCraft, is just gaming hardware reviews. So I think we've got a lot of stuff going on, and as I said earlier, it is hard work, I'm not going to lie. But the thing is, it's not even something I should be moaning about, because this is what I want to do. So what if I'm pouring, you know, 10, 12 hours a day into this? This is what I want to do, and it's the same for Kirioff as well. We put a shed load of effort into this, and I hope it shows, I really do. You know, I look at the channel every day. I'm well, more than once a day. I'm looking at the channel about 30 times a day. I'm always on the channel. I see the subscriber count rising. I see the views rising, and that's like a statement of, Stylosa, you are doing something right here. Keep doing it. Don't stop doing this. And I don't want to stop doing what we're doing, because I think we're growing. And I think there'll probably come a point where all of a sudden it'll be like, bang, you know, you sort of make it. But as I said before, I think you would be hard pressed to find a channel with the amount of content we have on such a broad subject, or such a broad amount of subjects in one specific area. So with the PC gaming coverage, we do, like I said, we do loads of different stuff, and I'm really happy with it. I think I'm starting to blab a bit now, because it's just getting a bit long. I think, what are we on now? We're on, I'd love to be able to tell you, come here, we're on like so about 18 minutes so far. So if you've managed to stay this long, then you're probably one of the amazing Unit Lost hero fans I've been talking about. Because, like I said, without you, like, we can't do it. So, you know, it's just, it's awesome. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm choking. It's that great. I'm choking to death. I think the tea went down the wrong way. Or so, okay, right. I guess I should get out of here and stop dribbling at the end of the clip, because that's not helping anybody. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's a bit of an update as to what's going on with the channel, the changes we've had, and I guess going into the future, what we're going to keep doing is we'll keep making Is It Pure. We'll keep doing Game Show, but I'd like Game Show to kind of get guests in. That'd probably make it a lot better. Get more hardware down so we can produce more tech labs, and carry on with the other bits of content that we tend to put out, because it's like a natural process. We are gamers. We don't just sit there and think, well, we kind of did for a period of time, think, okay, all we're going to do is put Is It Pure, we're going to put Game Show, and then we're going to put Tech Lab, or whatever, what other shows we come up with. That's the only content we're going to put on the channel, so it's nice and uniform and people know what they're going to get. But it's like, that is fine, but we're gamers and we play games, and every now and again you'll see something you just want to make a video of, and we should be able to just put videos like that out, you know. So I look at the channel over the recent videos, and I see things like the Dark Souls 360 controller, because I had a 360 controller lent to me, so I'm like, you know what, I'll give this a go, and I may as well record it. Things like the Unit Lost Guild Wars guild, the various encounters that I thought were quite good for Guild Wars 2. You know, then the Planet Side 2 specific content, the crazy things like the Liberator versus Drop Pod. I honestly thought, you know what, I just want to make a stupid clip with rage faces. That's what I thought, and that's what I did. And it's quite a funny clip because I had some, you know, good stock footage for it. You know, so it's crazy, guys, and I'm like, I obviously can't thank you lot enough for, you know, basically giving me the opportunity to carry on doing this, because without subscribers and viewers, I just wouldn't be here, because I just wouldn't be here. Crazy. Right then, chaps, I'm gonna get out of here before I keep blabbing even more. What are we on here? 20 minutes. That should be enough. So as ever, please subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the forums. Follow us on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter, and I'm actually quite active on Twitter as well, which is at Unit Lost Gaming and gaming even at Unit Lost Gaming. Yeah. Forgot what my own Twitter was. That's not a good sign. But I am very active on Twitter. Constantly spamming God knows what out. Most of it is to do with gaming, but obviously you get random stuff like today. I opened the window in this room and the plant, I think it's a yucca, flew off the window and just smashed across the floor, and there was just dirt everywhere. It was bad. So obviously I've got a tweet about that. And there was also random tweets about buying spiders and letting them loose in Kirioth's house. Spiders that would be spray painted red and green. I don't know. This is what happens on Twitter. It's crazy. But do follow me. You can also follow Kirioth as well. At Kirioth. He's not as active as me, but he is active. So make sure you follow him. And yeah. I guess I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.